All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna do this really quick. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Dam spot I've been before. Water is up right now, so I'm hoping the next thing you guys see is me catching a bunch of random big fish. I have a little bit of everything today. Those of you guys been around, you know. So I have a bottom rod, I have a bobber rod, and I have a jig. So those three should cover pretty much everything that's swimming in here right now. And yeah, we'll find out if basically the water coming up brought some fish upriver, or it could have turned the bite off completely. But wish me luck. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna take a night crawler and stick it on the bottom over here. See if there's any good game fish. Every once in a while I get lucky out here and just run a bottom rig and end up nailing a walleye right away in the morning. Ideally, that's what I find. But basically everything swims in this river, so what I'm gonna do is probably fish this current seam straight out in front of me with this one. There is a giant snapping turtle 2 feet in front of me. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like an ancient giant. Hopefully he doesn't find this. Oh, you got a bite already. Yeah, on there? Not on there, but definitely in the right spot. Okay, so that was quick. I'm gonna switch it to half a night crawler so these things last longer. I don't have that many with me. I have to go buy some more. Thread it on there. Maybe I'll get a better hook this time. Cast in the same spot. You think he'll bite it if I'm holding it? Alright, I'm going to set this down. See how long that one takes. Okay, and while that one's sitting there, I think I'm going to put a paddle tail on. Make some cast along here where it's shallower. See what we can find up here by shore. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm gonna take this guy, cast along the shore, into the breakwater, and across this flat. See if there's any predators. I like to start out fishing it right next to shore. See if there's any predators chasing bait fish right along shore. Something found the night crawler again. What is eating my worms? Okay, try number 3. Put it in the same spot. We'll see what happens. So I'll teach you guys a little bit of technique here. If you've never river fished, basically you have current seams, and then you have like the dump off zone where the water kind of like rolls out and then turns into the river. That spot is where a lot of fish will sit, so they'll sit like right here. And yeah, that goes all the way across the river, so you can just keep making casts along that zone, and basically it'll refill with fish every once in a while. But this one keeps getting my bait, so we'll see what's down there. Hopefully one of these times they actually get the hook. I'm gonna make a cast out by that area with this thing and see if it's any predators. Everything kind of sits there, so it's not a matter of not having something that'll eat this. It's just if they find it. Right in one's face. Just casted it back out there. That's a tip I can give you guys. Don't be afraid to reel in your baits and cast them back out. It's good to check them anyways, but I got a bite as soon as that thing hit bottom again. that? Right at the end of my rod, giant soft shell. I thought it was a snapper, but it's a soft shell, I think. That is a giant turtle. Okay, I'm gonna try one more night crawler on the bottom, see if we can actually hook one of these fish. Otherwise I might switch to the bobber just because it's a better indicator and it kind of puts the hook placement in the right spot right away. The trick with these fish is like they come in and they hammer the bait and then they don't get the hook at all, so you gotta hide it way back in there. Okay, so tried the bottom rod forever, basically just fed fish. I was getting bites, but they were really quick little nibbles, so hard to tell if they were carp, suckers, maybe bluegills even. The hook I do have on there is a little bit bigger, but I think I'm gonna switch it up and see if there's any catfish or anything else around that'll eat it, because I have some cut bait that I'm gonna use, just little chunks of it on I forgot what size hook. I'll list everything in the description below. It's the same thing I usually use when I'm chasing catfish and I want to see if there's any around. The back pool here works really good because it keeps the bobber in an area and it kind of just bounces the bait along. The trick here is set your bait just so it's just off the bottom, so make sure you're not getting hung up on stuff. But yeah, it'll just kind of float around, and catfish are catfish. They find it pretty quickly if they're around, so wish me luck. I just want to catch some fish. Okay, so like I said, little chunk of cut bait, a little walleye wide gap hook. Keep it simple. So that's 20-pound fluoro clear from P-Line, and then just a Thill bobber, inline swivel, and a slip stop. We will find out, I'm sure, fairly quickly if there is any any catfish around. Usually they find cut bait pretty quickly. Little back eddy out there. So what a back eddy is, if you don't know, is where the water comes down and circles back on itself. Kind of self-explanatory, but some of you might not know. But you'll see it's my bobber holds still there. It's a good way to keep a bobber in place for a minute or two. You do have to fight the current grabbing your line though, and then once you pull your bobber into the current, it starts going downstream. But just like I said, it's one of those things, I'm just kind of picking apart the area. I like to kind of do the same thing with the bobber as I did with the bottom rod, and hit the edge of the riffle, see if anything's stacked up there. Wants an easy meal. Okay, cut bait on the bottom, see if anything happens. Otherwise I might have to go somewhere else. And while that's sitting on the bottom, waiting for something big to eat it, make more cast with the paddle tail. Okay, so I don't know exactly what you guys are going to see last. Right now I have, that's got cut bait on it, and yeah, I just put it, there's a deep hole over here. Figured I'd just set it in the deep hole, see if anything moves into it and actually eats it. But the only thing I really got bites on today was the night crawler on the bottom. The thing is it's so snaggy around here that you end up losing a bunch of stuff. So one thing, I'm going to give everybody a tip here. If you're in an area that's really snaggy, do a jig in a night crawler and let it float down and kind of feel for it, or just throw on a simple slip bob or a simple bobber. Like I have stick bobbers that equal the weight of my what is that, a 1/16 ounce jig head. So you can just throw the bobber in the jig head and you get it set so that it's bouncing along the bottom or just off the bottom. So that way you don't lose a bunch of jigs and get frustrated breaking off all the time. But I'm going to do a night crawler net because I think that's going to be probably my best bet for catching something. I haven't got anything yet, but you know, we're trying. I might have just missed a bite on the cut bait. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking here and try and figure out a code to these fish today. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to throw this. I have it set so it's just off the bottom. Something just fed right there. I wonder if there's a chance of me catching it. Been seeing stuff feeding all day. That's the only reason I'm still here trying. Bobber bouncing the jig across the bottom. It's always been a pretty good go-to. Just gotta pay attention to it. Make sure it doesn't get snagged up on something real bad. It'll also teach you how deep the bottom is too. Like right here is a shallower spot that it runs into. Fish on right there. What is that? Bass. It's kind of amazing what you can get with just a bobber, night crawler, and a jig. Let's see if they'll eat that still. Oh, not skunked. Okay, so I recast. Oh, that didn't take long. I recasted out my cut bait towards the end of the riffles there. I got a bite right away. That was quick. Sometimes you just gotta land on them. So there's catfish, walleye, northern pike, I think gar. So any one of those could have just eaten it or hit that real quick. I don't know if they got it or not. Makes me want to check, but I also don't want to move it. I think I have to check it because that was a pretty hard hit. It's still on there. So the way I have it hooked, this will spin around in the water column. That's why you need the big swivel so your line doesn't get all knotted up. But good news, there's fish out there. Okay. Well, can't tell if that's a bite, just the water. Normally I like to have my rod up in the air so that the water affects the line less, but because I'm casting something else around at the same time, I have it down. We'll leave it there for a minute and see what happens. See if anything else eats a night crawler on a jig. Fish right there? Might have landed on a fish. I landed and my bobber was acting weird. I didn't know what was going on. Fish had it. Must have been just sitting there. Must just be sitting right there. Another bite. Oh, I hooked that one. What do I got here? Oh, drum. Kind of looked like a drum bite, but I wasn't sure. I'm gonna guess these are the guys that were stealing my bait earlier. Hard to steal a hook. Well, that's two fish. I'll take the drum because nothing else is biting. It's kind of crazy, but there's like a little foam like swirl right where I was making that cast. So I'm gonna make another cast right to that same area. See if there's like a school of fish there or what's going on. If I landed on the same little guy twice. Okay, I'm gonna throw a fresh piece cut bait out there on the bottom. Usually that gets you a hit a lot quicker than old cut bait. So see what's out there. What is it? Huh. That explains why they're so hard to catch. Wonder if there's a school of them over there. Okay, let's see if there's any more. If I was targeting bluegills, I'd be using a smaller jig, but now that I know around about where they are, it's got to be quicker about setting the hook. There we go. Finally got another fish over there. And it's another bluegill. They're apparently sitting up on the current seam of a rock pile over here. Right in someone's face. What are you? Oh, it's a yellow bass. Huh. Makes me wonder if that's what was feeding over there all day. What do you got? Largemouth, bluegill, yellow bass. Like I said, just about everything lives down here. That dude downed it like right when it landed. I wonder if there's a school of those. Oh, I had something. Fish on. Just had to put a new worm on. What do we got here? Another river gill. Okay, unless we get a giant one of these, stop putting these guys in. Oh, I think I finally got something on the cut bait. And it's big. What are you? Gotta keep them out of my other line. Pretty sure it's a cat. Oh, stupid soft shell. Come on. You know, I figured they'd be out there, but I didn't think I'd catch one. It's the only issue with using cut bait. I'm not even gonna mess with these guys because they do like to bite. But pretty cool colorations. Everybody always asks me why I bring my net. Oh, there you go. And that's why a net comes in handy when you're shore fishing. Really happy, really happy. I only hooked that dude in the foot, so it was just in his back foot. That just means he was going after the bait and got hooked. When you get turtled, do you leave the river? Comment below if you guys, I don't know. It's one of those things, because I know there's like 50 turtles probably around here, but there's also big fish in this river, so I think I'm going to give it a couple more shots. I got a little bit of cut bait left. Otherwise, yeah, let me know if you guys, let me know if you bail out once you start getting turtled. Well, here's to hoping that was the only turtle out there. And that he doesn't swim right back to the same spot. Oh, landed on another fish over there. Is that another bluegill? Oh, that's a nice one. Huh. I didn't realize there were river bluegills down here like that. Oh, did I just get... I think I just got another turtle bite. I need to get that thing out of there. Okay, move that. Gonna try for more big bluegills, I guess. That's what's biting right now, other than turtles. Fish. Fish on. Well, this one feels bigger. What are you? Oh, really big bluegill. Getting bigger. That wasn't the plan today, but I'll take it. Really glad I switched jig heads. I could probably come down here and do a catch and cook with these guys. That's a big bluegill. Oh, I dropped him right on top of the snapping turtle. Hopefully that worked out. See what else is in that current seam. It'd be funny if there's just a pile of bluegills sitting there. I think that's like, I think I got 4 of them so far. Seems like everything's kind of piled up in the same area. It has been most of the day, so just gonna guess that it's a area that catches a lot of food. Probably where the water rolls out, pushes all the dead stuff. There we go. That feels big. What are you? Oh, Jesus. I didn't know these were in here. That is a 9-inch bluegill all day. Maybe even a 10. Oh, and I'm getting a bite on my other rod now. Dude, that thing is gigantic. I honestly don't think I've ever caught one that big out of here. And lucky for him, I caught him because he's going back. Okay, really glad that I stayed. Now let's see if we can get another one before I gotta go. Another one? Yep. Another one. Giant.
is.
That one set the hook on itself. What is that? I think it's another turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught 2 of them already. There's a giant snapping turtle around here.
Really?
I've avoided that one, but the last one was a big soft shell.
Oh, dude, I caught one of those down here the other day.
They're so angry. I don't know.
That
Oh,
was a cat. Oh,
that's the first cat I've had all day.
really?
Yeah, I was not expecting that. That thing fought exactly like the soft shell I just caught. Well, that's good news. The cats are biting. Well, that was exciting. That fish almost took my rod and it was right next to me. Of course the cats start biting. I definitely didn't think that was a catfish. 100% thought that was another turtle. There we go. Another big bluegill? Kind of feels like it. Yep. Could have had a fish fry by now if I wanted to. Okay guys, I don't know exactly what you're gonna see last. Probably one of those big bluegills. I was not expecting to get into any of those today. I brought everything to kind of catch everything, but I was planning more on like bottom fish, maybe walleye, something like that. I'm really surprised that I didn't get anything on that paddle tail, but of course we ran into a turtle. So if you guys are fishing cut bait, be prepared to get turtled. And then a second thought, I'm really glad that after I got turtled, I didn't leave. So like you guys were supposed to comment down below, would you leave if you got turtled? You guys would have missed out on the jumbo bluegills. So big bluegill day on the river is always going to be okay with me. And yeah, comment below if I should come back to this place or maybe hit up some more dams on this river. If you guys know where I'm at, I'm not going to say because these shore spots get crowded enough as it is. But I have a couple other ideas and I really want to try them. So I'm going to keep the river trend going for now. And if you guys like it, remember, hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe. Do me a favor, let's try to get to 20,000 before this winter. I really want to give some stuff away, and we have to hit 20,000 first. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. See you guys next time.